Thank you very much, Ian. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. My name is Aryeh Loeb. I'm with Gamious, and together with Philips, we've been working on a game for the YouWand. Today we're going to show you that game. First of all, I'm shortly going to tell you a little bit about what Gamious does. We're a game developer and publisher. Then I'll talk a little bit about the uWand and the differences between older remote controls to play games on smart TVs. And finally, we'll have a live demonstration of a game called Dark Day LA right here on stage. So first of all, about Gamious, we call ourselves the collaborative game development company. What we do is we assemble freelance teams around great game concepts and have them work on a game and publish it for them, and everybody shares in the profits. So it's a novel way of working, and it's doing really well at the moment. We've got 12 projects running concurrently, and 2 projects are already released, and in the next 3 months another 3 projects are going to be released. On the left side, Brickwit has been released in February, beginning of this year. On the right side, Excursions of Evil is a hidden object game to be released within a month or so. And on the bottom is Expendable, which is going to be released in about 2 months' time. So we make games, essentially. And the number one rule is that games need to be fun. Otherwise, people won't play them. And controls, the method of controlling the game, are the determining factor of fun, because a game can be really beautiful and really pretty, but if it doesn't play well, people will stop playing it. Now, for smart TVs in general, or in retrospect, TV remotes, old TV remotes used to be slow and inaccurate and limited in their movements, for instance. So with older TV remotes, you were only able to go up and down and left and right. And if you look at gyroscopic remotes, they were also limited because they couldn't register really slow movements, and because it's not a direct pointing device, your hand would drift off to the side of the screen while you were actively working on the screen to play a game. So these are all limited devices to play games with, and if you can't play the games the way they are meant to be played, you're not going to have fun, and it's going to be a frustrating experience for the player, for the developer, and for the carrier. So as a developer, the smart TV market is interesting, but not a viable option until now. Together with Philips, like I said, we've been working on the uWand, and the uWand is a direct pointing device. So it works generally exactly like a touchscreen would. You point where you want the cursor to go, and you move the player where you're pointing. Especially for small movements, that means that you're completely accurate, which is very important, and we'll show that during the live demonstration. There's no misalignment anymore between the cursor and your hand. You're not waving to the right of your screen while something is happening on the middle of the screen. And also, the speed input is actually what you're doing. So you can have very slow movements or very fast movements, and that's very important in some games, most of games. There's also no movement restrictions anymore. You can go 360 degrees, left, right, all the corners. And also a huge benefit for developers like us is that you can have multiplayer games on one screen, so you don't have to need 2 screens anymore. So the overall experience with the uWand is much better now to play games on smart TVs, and the uWand kind of closes the gap between the traditional game consoles and smart TVs, and it gives publishers and developers like us a new platform to create for, which is great. To show that, today we'll have a live demonstration. As I said, we're going to be playing a game called Dark Day LA. Dark Day LA is a global game jam winner of 2013. In the beginning of every year, hundreds of teams all over the world get together to create games in 54 hours. So this was one of the winners in the Netherlands, and it's a same screen multiplayer game. It's about a vampire loose in the streets of LA and a policeman, a sniper, trying to kill the vampire. Now, why this is interesting to play today is because you need pinpoint accuracy and also slow movements to play the game well. It's an original concept, and it's perfect for the YouWand. I'll show you 2 slides of the screen, and then we can go over to the live game screen. Like I said, it's two players on one screen, and what you'll see right on top here is the bottom of a helicopter and his spotlights shining on the streets. One of the players is going to be playing as the sniper, trying to look up, trying to find the vampire and get it in his sights and try to kill him. And the other player is going to play as the vampire, and he needs to kill the citizens to stay alive. He has a limited amount of blood in his body, and he needs to get enough kills to win the game. So if we can switch over to the other screen. Thank you very much. And I'll introduce Pim and Peter, who are here up the front. Guys, stand up. That's Pim and that's Peter. If you can start a game, we'll start one demo game for you. The red cursor that you see right there is for demonstration purposes. It will disappear as soon as the vampire has spawned. The vampire in this case is Pim, but I'll ask Peter, the sniper, first to move the spotlight around. As you can see, he can move to all the corners of the screen, and he can move fast or slow, whatever is necessary to find the player. And he can fire bullets and shoot innocent citizens. And in the right bottom hand corner you can see the amount of silver bullets that he has left. So he needs to kill the vampire within the amount of bullets that he has. Then we have the vampire, who I'll ask to run around a little bit. Well, it's very obvious who the vampire is now, right? Because he's running around quickly. But he needs to be disguised and try to blend in with the crowd. So we need him to walk really slowly now and try and mimic the movements of the rest of the players. So for this, it's really important that he can move slowly and change his direction slowly, as to not to get recognized, and in the meantime also eat citizens. Okay, this is a demo game, so we'll play a live game right now. If you guys can restart, the game, then we'll. Okay, so now try and see if you can figure out. I'll figure out who the vampire is. Peter is looking away for the moment, so he can't see where Pim spawned. Okay, Peter, you can look. Try and get into the role of the sniper and try and see if you can find him. Can you recognize him by the trail of bodies that he leaves in his wake, or can you recognize him by his movements? So, as I said before, right on the top there's the blood bars, like the health bar, and it's slowly draining all the time. The vampire needs to keep eating people to get that up, to remain healthy, and his goal is to eat 10 citizens at the moment. And Peter has only got... Police shoots down the vampire. So the sniper wins this time. Let's start another game. As you can see, once the vampire has spawned, it's necessary to move exactly like the other non-player characters are moving. And they move really slow, they're a little bit erratic, they can change direction suddenly, but they don't run very fast, so you have to be in control as the vampire to play. And the YouWand gives us that specifically. It's the only device that can do small movements, slow movements, but if necessary, like for the sniper, can also be really quick and accurate. So the YouWand delivers us and other developers and publishers a method of controlling games that wasn't here before on smart TVs. So as you can see, it's for us, this is a very interesting development. This entire weekend, we are at booth 103 here in Hall 14. If you want to try out the game and play with us or against us or together with us, please do and come over. And we would love to show you how it works. And you can get the experience yourself, and then I'll hope you'll be convinced. Thank you very much for your time.